So, Kelly, good afternoon. You asked the question on a raising in the sun. That's I should discuss some aspects for you in a raising. I should highlight some aspects and explain them to you very well in the raising in the sun. You talked about money in the raising in the sun. You see that all these things that you gave me, money, love, family value, racism, and hardship, all of them, they fall under things. And so these are some of the main themes that we have in erasing in the play Erasing in the Sun by Hans Berry. So let me begin with money. You see that money triggers a lot in this play. At the beginning of the story, they are waiting for an insurance money that comes up, and the family, everybody is organized, waiting for this money. Mama herself wants the money. Everybody is putting on, making plans towards this money. Mama needs this money to purchase a house and further Benita's studies, and give some to Walters to start up a liquor business. So everybody has a dream concerning this amount of money that they are waiting for. So you see, they need money to take care of their family. At the end of the day, the whites use money to convince them to change their mind in order not to get a house where they had paid at the Clybourne Park, like where other whites are, just to send the blacks away. So you see that money plays a very vital role in the text. So I've talked about that. And I think the next one is love. We see love in the youngest family. We see love between mother and children, mother and son. We see love between Mama and Walter Lee. She's ready to sacrifice and give money to the son to start up a liquor business so that he too can stand up. We see love between their father, Walter Lee, that's old Walter, who suffered and died at the end of the day, leaving behind an insurance check that the children can enjoy from it. We also see, because of love, Mama has to get a bigger house where the Travis can play and be at will. You see, there is love that is shown between mother and children. Again, we also have love between Benita and the boyfriend. You see, they express their love in one way or the other. That is at the level of the theme of love. So we see love between Benita and Asagai. You see the kind, she prefers Asagai than George Murchison, who she thinks has been colonized by the white man. I can say white man culture, and she prefers Asagai, who instead inculcate her with the African culture and the Nigerian culture in particular. Now we also have family values. When we talk about family values, it means respect for a family, love for a family comes back at the same thing. At the same time, we talk about love. So when you talk about family values, we see that there is a relationship between amongst the family members. They don't want to sell their pride for anything else, and that's why when they get a house at the Clybourne Park, no matter what the whites proposed to them, they were ready to stand as a family. See, even when Mr. Lindner is insisting that he wants to give them a bribe, he wants to give them money, double what they have paid in the house, just because they don't want the blacks to stay in the Clybourne Park, that's the neighborhood, just because they are blacks. At the end of the day, what happens? They stand their grounds as a family. They maintain their family value and they maintain their pride, and they did not want anybody to jeopardize that. The next thing I'm seeing here is racism. We see how just this act of them buying a house at the Clybourne Park, and then Mr. Lindner comes now to pay them to take over. We see that this is typical racism, because in this area, neighborhood area of the Clybourne Park, only whites were staying there, only the whites. But now they have managed to discover that blacks, there is a certain group of black people who have managed to get a house in that place, and then they are like, no, it cannot happen. And they decide to bribe them to pay even double the amount. And something that could just push them to collect the money. But what did the youngest family do? They had to think through, and Walters told the man off, and at the end of the day, their family values were maintained. That brings us back to racism. You see, even where Walters was working, he was being treated as if he was nobody, was a Negro, and even Benita always felt as if there was this racism and all the rest. You talk about at the level of Benita, she felt racial segregation in a particular level, at a particular level, and at the end of the day, she felt so bad. That brings about racism. Now, when you talk about hardship, I think from all the explanation I've given, you see that there is hardship. The youngest family portray a situation, they live in a one-room apartment where many people have to go to the toilet and use and all the rest, and now the mother is nursing a dream of getting a new house where they can pack out, and see the way all of them are, they are scrambling for a small check that is coming. And you see, because of the small check of, I think, $10,000, their body is hot. She has to partition this money accordingly so that everybody has a piece from it. And at the end of the day, you see that hardship is portrayed from the worries that the text portrays to us. At the level of the youngest family, we see Walters, who is ready to open up a liquor store just because he cannot do without. Again, the small money he gives to his friend to start up, to go and maybe Willie to go and see how to bring more goods, but Willie instead ends up going away. So you see, there is hardship, and people end up finding themselves doing things that they did not want to do. So these are some of the things, or these are some of the themes that are found in the text or in the play A Rising in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry. I hope I answered your question. Blessed afternoon to all. Follow for more, like, share the video to your friends, and then ask them to follow the page and then like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and blessed day.